You aren't incapable. You're just scared. And there is a massive difference. We sometimes use I can't as a shield. It protects us from failure. If I can't do it, then I don't have to try, right? But what if that safety is actually a cage? The other day I was building Lincoln logs with my boys. My oldest asked me to build something, and I told him, "Bud, I've seen you build whole Legos from memory. You got this." He looked me dead in my eyes, and he said, "Dad, I can't." Now, I had the urge to correct him right there, but instead, we just walked through the instructions. And we built a pretty badass cabin right before my youngest came through like Stitch and destroyed the whole thing. But that moment stuck with me. My son said, "I can't." I think he said it because he was afraid of it not working out or turning out how he wanted it. And it made me wonder, how many of us are hiding behind that exact same phrase? Nothing grows inside of a cage. When we say the phrase, "I can't," we think that we're being realistic or not setting people up with false expectations. But I think usually it's just that we're choosing comfort over potential. Come on, let's get in the ice bath. See, my son treated "I can't" like a period. End of sentence. And we do the exact same thing as men. We look at whatever obstacle is in front of us, finishing our degree, fixing our marriage, or the career change. We freeze. We treat the struggle like an enemy instead of an instructor. But you see, we weren't built just to stop at the struggle. We were built to go through it. That shock, it never really goes away. Every time right before I get in here, the only thing that I can think to say is "I can't." It feels like the most honest thing that I can possibly say. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13 says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." I used to treat that verse like a magic pill. I thought that it meant that I wouldn't have to struggle. But that's not what it says at all. It says we will have the strength to endure the struggle. And when I think about that and think back to the cabin, my son froze because he thought that he had to build it all by himself. But real building is messy. Sometimes the logs don't fit. Sometimes you get frustrated. And sometimes, like my youngest, the whole thing gets knocked over. And you have to start all over. And that's when the "I can't" creeps back in. When you're sitting there staring at the wreckage of something that you tried to build and it failed. In that moment, that is the moment that defines you. It's not about how pretty the cabin is. It's about whether you're willing to pick up the next log when you're tired. See, my oldest didn't realize that I was sitting right there, holding the instructions, waiting to hand him the next piece. And how often have we done the same thing with God? We stare at the wreckage, overwhelmed, thinking that we have to fix it all on our own, forgetting that the master builder is sitting right there with us, just waiting patiently for us to lean on him. So saying "I can't" isn't humility. It's actually ignoring the help that is standing right in front of you. My son didn't finish that cabin because He suddenly became an expert builder. He finished it because he trusted me enough to pick up the next piece. And that's the shift. We don't need to see the finished product to start building. We don't need to be perfect. All we need to do is be faithful. It's crazy to think it's that easy. So here's the hard question for you. What is one thing that you've been saying, I can't do this week? A workout, an apology, a project that you've been putting off. Stop lying to yourself. Identify the cage, unlock the door, and take the first step. The number one thing that I've learned on this journey is, in these 357 days, is you can. So drop what you're committing to in the comments. Don't think about it. Write it down. Make it real. Also, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us out. With that, though, day 357 down. 8 days left. Remember, be kind, be great, dial it in, and most importantly, keep on sending it. Listen, did you know that Lincoln Logs were actually invented by the son of the famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright? He's actually considered one of the most influential architects in modern history. I tell you that because apparently greatness really does run in the family. All right, it's cold and I got to go get ready to meet Santa Claus. So until tomorrow, it's clench butt cheeks time.